Bears are entering into an interesting offseason. That's the term that I'm going to use.
Pivotal.
Ooh,
Even
that's
better.
a good one.
Almost like somebody's written for Sports Illustrated before, coming up with the right word choice, like you have. They're flush with salary cap space to the estimated tune of $79 million. They have a top 10 selection. They have 3 selections in the top 41 with Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles. You have a history with this team. So Bears fans may look at all of those nice things that I say, and they may not look at it optimistically and maybe a little with more skepticism. Where do you fall, understanding this team like you do, where do you fall with all the information that I just word vomited all over the table?
I can understand landing in that space where you think, all right, well, we had a lot of cap space last year and the year before that, and they had 2 first-round picks last year. Why would this be any different? The way that I would frame it is, even with all the excitement about last season and what they could accomplish, this wasn't the end of the road. The team that I would compare it to is like the Houston Texans, right? So the Texans last year, they did all their spending last offseason. They took all their big swings last offseason. They're coming into this year with $8-10 million in salary cap space. For the most part, this is the roster. That's not the case with the Bears, right? As much as we thought they were going to be good last year, that was not the end of the road. There are still pathways to improving this beyond the coaching staff and who they hired. So I think that while last year was frustrating, it's important to remember this is another opportunity to add players, especially at high-value positions, offensive line, defensive line. So I know that it's been frustrating, but I think leaning into what all of those resources could potentially provide, it's okay. It's okay to keep believing at this stage.
That's something that has always struck me about you, Robert, because I think you and I kind of first started bonding over the fact that we grew up Bears fans and that you have always been so much more optimistic, especially than me.
Oh, it's so funny that no one else would say that. Everyone else would say that I'm like the Grim Reaper with this stuff.
No, but like I think it was some of our first conversations where you're just like, yeah, but like I still believe and I'm still excited. And when you look at this team and you look at the talent that's already on it, like you said, there is a lot of flexibility when it comes to cap space, draft capital, all of that to kind of overhaul this. What is the biggest thing that you need then to kind of stay optimistic, especially when it comes to Caleb Williams? It's one thing to put talent around him. Now you have coaches that theoretically should be good for him. Where do you start when it comes to, all right, this is the guy that's going to help Caleb Williams the most?
I sat down with Jared Goff at training camp last year, and we were talking about just certain plays that he had made the season before and just the way that he understood that offense and especially the outlets within that offense. So there are plenty of examples, but there are moments that I'm showing him being like, you got to your check down here immediately. Why do you get there that quickly? And he's walking me through the intention of the play, the situation, and we're discussing how he kind of had that grasp on the way that offense was supposed to run. And he goes back to, well, I talk to Ben all day, every day. And so I think that when you look at around the league and you look at the teams that are successful and you look at the quarterbacks who are outperforming expectations or performing up to expectations, it's about the dialogue that quarterback has with the play caller. How much trust do you have in the system? How well do you understand the system? How's the system being fed to you? That is necessary. Like that is a necessary component to success in the NFL. And I have faith in Ben Johnson's ability to do that with Caleb Williams. I don't know what the ceiling is. I don't know where this goes. I know that now the setup that they have from a coaching standpoint is at least going to give you the best evaluation of the quarterback. We are going to know what he is because of who the offensive coordinator and play caller is.